Test 1 2 3. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, welcome back to the channel. So in the last couple episodes we went through and put a Fuel X tuner in, auto tuner, and a DNA airbox cover and a K&N internal filter for the airbox. So I figured I'd take you guys along for my first ride since we did that, and I'll tell you if I notice a difference or not, and then we'll go from there. So let's get the bike fired up and head out. I may have mentioned it to you guys once or twice or 10 times how much I love this bike. Go for a little rip here and see how he does. Somebody dumped a bunch of gravel in front of my driveway while I was out. I don't know who did it, but pretty irritating. It's definitely louder. Especially under load, I noticed that it sounds a lot louder from the airbox. Have I mentioned to you guys how much I love this bike? Great bike for a beginner, especially for me, because I've never ridden a motorcycle in my life, and so I passed my endorsement course on this. You can go back in this series and you can see that. Although I wasn't able to film much, it was still a great experience. Definitely louder. Yeah. And the noise coming off of the bike under the seat is pretty extreme. I guess that's the best way to say it. Good God. Yeah. That's kind of fun. So I don't know what to expect from these mods on these little motors on these bikes. I've never, done any of this stuff before, but so far I've been impressed with what they have available, and all the stuff that's out there seems to be working pretty good so far. I'm an extremely conservative rider. You guys may have noticed that in some of the previous videos, but I do not mess around. I don't want to be the guy that drops my bike or crashes or causes somebody else to get into an accident. That is not my goal when I'm out riding my bike. My goal is to go out, have some fun, and get home safely. And I don't care if I have to go slower than everybody else, or whatever I have to do to stay safe is what I'm going to do. If that means extra layers of gear or whatever the case may be, that's just how I roll. I know I'm not the only one out there, because you get in a wreck on one of these, it can really ruin your life. So I want to try avoid that as much as possible. Oh boy. You could just about do a wheelie in third gear. I don't think I was able to do that before. It's pretty peppy. That's an understatement. It definitely makes a difference. my tune has changed. If you like that instant throttle response, power and sound and all that, you definitely want to pick one of these up. And once again, I've only done 3 mods, which is, well, 4 if you count the going back to the 2019 exhaust, and then putting a slip-on, just a generic slip-on on the bike, and a K&N air filter and a DNA cover. So, yeah, a lot more get up and go. That makes a tremendous difference in the bike's behavior. Like I said, this is going to be a short little ride just to see if it made a difference, and it definitely makes a difference. See how conservative I am on the corners? Oh yeah, that really brings that little motor to life. That's pretty impressive, just by doing a few of those things, how much more enjoyable or aggressive, if you want to call it that, it makes the bike. So now that I know that, I'm not going to be able to resist doing that to my RC390. Goodness. The good thing about having all 3 of these bikes now is that I get a wide variety of experience and training on each one, and each one has its own quirks and its own behavior. So that was my goal, purchasing those bikes, or all 3 of these bikes basically, is to get a well-rounded experience with a variety of different styles of bikes, if you want to call it that. Front end wants to lift off the ground if you give it full throttle. That's impressive. So much fun. People in their cars are like, what is that dude doing? Constantly checking my mirrors because I don't want to get hammered from behind from somebody that's not paying attention. busy riding his bike. He didn't want to wave at me. This thing is a torque monster with all those mods on it now. Just cruising through the streets now, nothing too exciting here back in town, but I'm really impressed with the behavior of the bike overall. The Fuel X auto tuner makes the biggest difference on these little KTM motors. I can't really even describe it. It's just so much smoother. And it feels like it's constantly updating to your riding style. But yeah, if you got, you know, 150 bucks laying around, that's going to be the first thing you want to do on any one of these, the KTM, you know, 390 or the Svartpilen 401. Feels like a whole new bike. It sounds more ratty now. Still waiting on my ergo seat for this bike. They keep pushing the date back. At first it was 7/10, and then it was 8/10, and then it was last time I checked it was 10:30, and now it's 11:15. So November 15th is when they're supposed to ship those things out. It's crazy that the demand is so high that they haven't been able to keep the stock up. Then again, I've heard horror stories about people trying to get parts for their Husqvarna bikes. It takes forever. Even at the dealership level, you know, if you have a warranty issue, they hang on to your bike for like 3 or 4 months. And that's at a dealership. That's crazy. Holy moly, that scared me. Yeah, not too sure who dumped that gravel there, but I don't really care for that. And I don't work for the city, so I'm not going to sweep all that stuff up. Really bad spot to have this, though. Well, what'd you guys think of that little ride along there? If you like videos like that, let me know down in the comment section. I'll try to do more of them. I know there is a ton of motorcycle YouTube channels like Moto Jitsu and Doodle on a Motorcycle and Yami Noob, and you know, I watch their channels. And I'm not trying to compete with them by any means, but you know, I can add to it. If you guys enjoy the KTM line of motorcycles, maybe that would interest you. Let me know in the comments section if you like that, and I'll do a different ride-alongs on different bikes. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. Once again, I will leave links. I think I'll leave links. I left links in the last video, I believe, for the air filter. So definitely want to check that out. And I think I left links in the previous videos for any of the other mods that I did. But yeah, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Share if you found this useful. I'm supposed to let you guys know, because YouTube wants me to let you know, that my super thanks is now active. So if you found something really useful and you want to pitch me some money, my channel is always going to be free, and I'm never going to ask you guys for anything, except to share and like and all that, because that just helps the channel grow. But yeah, figured I'd mention that. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.